When you move to a new country, everything can feel different, even the air. If you come from a hot country, you might be surprised when you see your breath on a cold morning. And if you come from a cold country, you might notice the ice in your drink melts very fast on a hot day. These changes happen because things around us change states. And that's what we're going to study today. We're going to talk about what matter is, and we're going to learn words that describe the states and properties of matter, as well as changes in the states of matter. But what is matter? Matter is everything that takes up space. The desk, the water, and even the air all are matter. Matter can change when it becomes hot or cold. Now, let's look at the three main states of matter. The first one is solid. A solid keeps its shape. The particles are close together and do not move much. For example, ice, a rock, a pencil. Solids have a high density. Some solids are malleable, which means they can bend or change shape without breaking. The second kind is liquid. A liquid takes the shape of its container. The particles inside it move and slide around each other. For example, water, milk, and juice. Liquids can have different colors, textures, and density. Some are thicker or heavier than others. A liquid has a freezing point and a boiling point. That's when it changes to another state. Now, let's learn about the next state, the one where the particles move the most. That is gas. A gas spreads out and moves very fast. You can't always see it, but it's everywhere. For example, the air, oxygen, or even steam. Gases have low density. They are light and take up lots of space. Now that we know the three states, solid, liquid, and gas, let's see how they change when it's hot or cold. Matter changes when the temperature change. When it gets hot, solids melt into liquids. For example, ice melting into water. When it gets even hotter, liquids boil or evaporate into gases. For example, water boiling into steam. When it gets cold, gases condense into liquids. For example, steam condensing into water drops on your window. When it gets very cold, liquids freeze into solids. For example, water freezing into ice. Sometimes matters skip a step. That means that a solid can change directly into gas. When that happens, that's called sublimation. Or a gas can turn directly into a solid. That's called deposition. Now, let's look at some special properties of matter and how we can describe them. Matter can be described in many ways. You can talk about its color, what it looks like. You can talk about its texture, how it feels. Does it feel smooth or rough, soft or hard? You can talk about its density, how heavy or light it is for its size, and how together the particles are inside that state. You can talk about conductivity, how well it carries heat or electricity, and you can talk about its solubility, how well it mixes or dissolves in water. Now it's your turn. Find one solid, one liquid, and one gas around you and type it in the comments. For more practice, Check out my science vocabulary packets for newcomers on Teachers Pay Teachers with visuals and easy activities to help you master the science words.